Hi scholars, welcome back. Miss Luna here, and today for Read Aloud we are going to read the story The 3 Little Pigs. So just like last week, this is well, go ahead and take a guess. This is a what? That's right, this is a fairy tale. This is awesome. So right now, let us do our fairy tale chant. Fairy tale chant, get ready, go. Fairy tales are stories that begin with once upon a time and have good and evil characters and have a happy ending. Awesome job. So, just like last week, we are going to be talking about the characteristics of a fairy tale. So right now, I want you guys to start thinking to yourselves. Start thinking. What are the characteristics of a fairy tale? What are the characteristics of a fairy tale? All right, and if you have your answer, you can go ahead and shout it out. Awesome job. So, the characteristics of a fairy tale are that they always begin with once upon a time, have good and evil characters, have a happy ending, they always have a problem, and that events occur in three. Awesome job. So today when we're reading our story, I want you to be listening to figuring out the characteristics of this fairy tale. Got it? All right, let us start reading. The 3 Little Pigs. Once upon a time, an old sow sent her 3 little pigs out into the world to seek their fortune. "Now be sure to write," she said, "and remember that I love you." The first little pig met a man with a load of straw. "I know," said the little pig. "I'll buy your straw and build a house." "That's not a good idea," said the man. "Mind your business." "Thank you," said the little pig, and he bought the straw and set about building a house. It took him no time at all. Okay, scholars, right now I want us to pause really quickly and start thinking to yourselves. Start thinking. I want you guys to make a prediction on how many houses do you think that are going to be built? How many houses do you think that are going to be built? All right, and if you have your answer, you can go ahead and shout it out. Awesome. So right now, we don't know how many houses that they're going to build. So let's keep on reading to find out how many houses are going to be built. Got it? All right. Very soon, a lean and hungry wolf happened by. Pig was just about his favorite food in the world. So he knocked on the door and said, little pig, let me come in." To which the little pig replied, "No, no, no, not by the hair of my chinny chin chin." This annoyed the wolf to no end, and he said, "Then I'll huff and I'll puff and I'll blow your house in." "Go right ahead," said the little pig. So the wolf huffed and he puffed and he blew the house in. And he gobbled up the little pig. The second little pig met a man with a load of sticks. "I've got it," said the little pig. "I'll buy those sticks and build a house." "I think twice about that," said the man. "Oh, pooh," said the little pig. "What would you know?" And he bought the sticks and went to work building a house. "Very pretty," he said. No sooner had the little pig settled into his pretty house than the wolf happened by. He was still hungry, and he said, little pig, in. To which the little pig replied, no, 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 not by the hair of my chinny chin chin. The wolf didn't care for that at all, and he said, I'll huff, and I'll puff, and I'll blow your house in. Ha 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 ha, said the little pig. So the wolf huffed, and he puffed, and he blew the house in, and he gobbled up the little pig. Now the third little pig met a man with a load of bricks. These bricks will make a fine sturdy house, said the man. Capital idea, my good fellow, said the little pig. So he bought the bricks and set about building a house. It took him quite a bit of time, but it was well worth it. Nice and solid, said the little pig. Nice and solid. Ooh, scholars, I'm going to pause this really quickly. Now going back to our prediction earlier, I asked you, how many houses do you think are going to be built in this story? And now we know that 3 houses were built. So if you said 3 houses, give yourself a round of applause. Awesome. So the reason why we could have predicted 3 houses is because the title of our story is The 3 Little Pigs. And we know that one of the characteristics of a fairy tale is that events occur in 3s. They occur in. Awesome. So we know that 3 houses were going to be built. Awesome job. Let's keep reading. But no sooner had the little pig moved in than he noticed the wolf loitering about, and the wolf, who was still hungry, said, little pig, let me come in. To which the little pig replied, no, 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 not by the hair of my chinny chin chin. Well, the wolf had heard that before, and he said, then I'll huff, and I'll puff, and I'll blow your house in. Oh, don't do that, said the little pig. But the wolf huffed, and he puffed, and he huffed, and he puffed, until he was quite blue in the face. The house stood firm. I'll try another approach, muttered the wolf. And he put on his most dazzling smile. Little pig, I was only teasing, he said. By the way, I hear tell that Farmer Jones has the most scrumptious turnips. Shall we go pick a few? Oh, I'm much too busy now, said the little pig. What about tomorrow morning? Excellent, said the wolf. I'll come for you at 6. Ooh. So scholars, right now I want us to start thinking in our heads. Start thinking, why was the wolf not able to blow down the little pig's house? Why was the wolf not able to blow down the little pig's house? Taking a couple of seconds, thinking about, Awesome. Now, if you have your answer, you can go ahead and shout it out. All right. So, we know the reason why the wolf wasn't able to blow down the little pig's house was because it was built out of bricks. So you said it was built out of bricks. Give yourself a pat on the back. Nice job. And we know that because in our story, the man said, these bricks will make a fine, sturdy house. And sturdy means strong. So we know that it's not going to break easily like the other 2 houses did. And after the pig was finished building it, he said, nice and solid. Nice and solid. letting us know that the house is very still and it's going to be very hard to move. So that's how we know why the wolf was not able to blow down the little pig's house. Right here. Let's keep on reading. The next morning, the little pig got up at 5, hurried off to Farmer Jones' turnip field, picked a basket full of scrumptious turnips, and dashed back home. When the wolf arrived at 6, the turnips were already boiling in the pot. "Sorry, I couldn't wait," said the little pig. The wolf tried not to show his displeasure. "No harm done," he said. "By the way, there is a lovely apple tree down in Merry Meadow. Shall we go help ourselves to a few apples?" "I must cook my turnips," said the little pig. "Let's meet there tomorrow morning." "Splendid," said the wolf. "Shall we say at 5? The next morning, the little pig was up at 4 and went off for the apples. It took longer than he expected to reach Merry Meadow, and while busy gathering apples in the highest tree, he saw the wolf approaching. "Do try one of these," he called down, throwing an apple as far as he could. When the wolf chased after the apple, the little pig shimmied down the tree and made it safely home. The next day, the wolf came again. Really, he was quite put out. "There's a fair today on Hog Hill," he said. "Would you care to go?" "Why don't we meet there?" said the little pig. "Would 3 o'clock suit you?" "Colossal," said the wolf. 3 it is. Just to make sure, he would be there at 2. At 1 in the afternoon, the little pig went into the fair and had a fine time. So fine that he lost track of the hour. Say oh no. Suddenly, out of the corner of his eye, he saw the wolf coming up the hill. Without a minute to spare, the little pig jumped inside an empty butter churn and rolled down the hill toward the wolf. Well, the wolf was so scared, he ran all the way home. That evening, the wolf went to the little pig's house and told him how frightened he'd been by a great round thing that came down the hill. "Frightened you, did I?" said the little pig. "That great round thing was a butter churn and I was inside." This was simply too much for the wolf to stand. "I've been nice long enough," he cried. "I'm going to eat you up right now," and he climbed onto the roof. When the little pig saw this, he put a big iron pot in the fireplace and quickly stoked the fire. "Here I come," cried the wolf. "Dinner time." "You can say that again," said the little pig, and he cooked the mean old wolf and gobbled him up. The end. All right, scholars, now that we just finished reading our story, I want us to quickly do our fairy tale chant just one more time. All right, fairy tale chant, get ready, go. Fairy tales are stories that begin with once upon a time and have good and evil characters and have a happy ending. Awesome. Also, right now, before we finish our read aloud, I want you to either answer this question out loud or on a piece of paper, just like you did all last week, using your race response by either restating the question, answering the question, citing your evidence. Remember, we use the text, not the pictures, because we're first graders and we're also to be second graders. We're going to cite our evidence from the text and explain our evidence. I want you guys to answer this question. How is the problem solved in the story? How is the problem solved in the story? Got it? Awesome job. Well, scholars, I'm really glad that you're able to come and tune in today for our Read Aloud story. Can't wait for you guys to come back tomorrow. Bye. Bye!